Wow, it's just before 6:30 in the morning, and I'm here at Adelaide Airport, and I'm off on an adventure. I'm headed to the United States of America, specifically for this bit. I'm going to Texas. Well, that was easy. It took barely 10 minutes to get through check-in and security. Is that a Cooper's house behind me? I mean, it's never too early, right? It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. I gotta say, there's nothing quite like. Really?
Traveling on Qantas flight 1934 to Brisbane due to late arrival of your operating aircraft today.
I don't care.
Boarding.
I gotta say, there's nothing quite like getting checked in and at the gate for your flight in plenty of time. There's really no one else around here at the moment. And yeah, I guess you're wondering what I'm doing today. Well, well, as I said, I'm flying to Texas, Houston specifically, with Air New Zealand, my favourite airline. This is going to be my first international flight since before the pandemic, so it's been a bit, you know. Why am I going to Houston? Well, I'm going to the States. The original reason for going to the States was to eventually get to Florida, to go to Tampa and participate in the Tampa Fringe Festival there. But I'm also a big rocket nerd, and there's lots of space stuff happening in Texas, like Houston Space Center and all that sort of stuff. So so I'm going rocket hunting. So yeah, I'm sitting here and it's like still half an hour to boarding, and so I thought I'd talk to you guys. How you going? You good? Bet you're not flying on a plane today. Maybe you are. Good on you if you are. Anyway, it's here. My first plane is here. The attentive ones of you there will have noticed that that's actually not Air New Zealand. That's actually that's Qantas. But Steve, you've lied to us already. We thought you were flying Air New Zealand. Well, I am mostly. But I've got to get to Melbourne first to catch my Air New Zealand flight to Auckland. But Steve, the well-informed ones of you will say, don't Air New Zealand fly from Adelaide to Auckland? Well, they do, and I've done it before, but that flight's later in the morning, and it won't get me to Auckland in time to get my connection to Houston. So I'm flying to Melbourne first, then Auckland, then Houston. I mean, more flights the better. You know, who doesn't love flying? Everyone loves flying, right? Right? As you can see outside, it's a bit rainy today. We haven't had any rain here in Adelaide for about 3 months. Yeah, pretty close to being the driest autumn on record here. And the day I'm flying out of the country, the skies have opened up. Hopefully it's all nice and dry in Houston. And no hurricanes, that'd be nice. Wish me luck. Just like that, I'm in Melbourne. I mean, that flight, it hardly seems worth the effort. You know, but barely an hour and a bit. Let's see what I can see around the place. So the thing is, my flight to Auckland is now about half an hour late. But that's good because it's the same flight that I'm flying on. It's the same plane actually, the same plane that I'm flying on to get me to Houston. So no drama, I'm not going to miss out on anything. But the best news is that I've got myself an upgrade to business class for this sector. So once I get through security, I'm going to go look for that business class lounge and a bit of luxe. Here I am, sitting in business class. Wasn't totally expecting this, kind of hoped it, because I don't have business class money, but look, with Air New Zealand, they've got this one-up feature where you can bid on upgrading your seat. So I put in a fairly low bid, and I thought, oh, well, if it works out, it works out. Anyway, get an email in the middle of the night saying, congratulations, your one-up bid has been accepted. So here I am, sitting in business class. So you got to, as you saw, take advantage of the business class lounge as well. It's only a 3-hour hop across the Tasman, and once I get there, well, then it's 12-13 hours across the Pacific to Houston. But the good news there is I also bid a one-up offer to upgrade my seat there, and I will be in premium economy on that leg. Okay, it's not business, but it's better than being right at the back of the plane, which is where I was going to be. In the meantime, I'm going to sit back, relax, and I think I've got some lamb coming for lunch. Yum.
me to bring another bottle, sir?
I've got to say, this business class gig, I could get used to it. I mean, I've just had some fabulous food. The lamb is brilliant. Definitely try the lamb here. Yeah, glass of champagne before takeoff, post takeoff, glass of single malt whiskey, woohoo! And some Hawke's Bay Pinot Noir with dinner. It was brilliant. Oh, and the dessert was what was it? Like a sorbet and cheesecake ice cream. And just brilliant. But never mind the food, never mind the drink. It's the service. Like the staff here are just so friendly and taking really good care of me, and that's the whole experience. You know, that's what makes it worthwhile. It's glad to have had this experience. Just pity you can't be doing business class in every single leg, but you know, making the most of it. And good on you, Air New Zealand. There's a reason I've chose to fly with you this time, and I'll be back. There's no question about that. Got about another hour till we land, so I might just sit back and relax. Okay, so it's been a bit of time since that last footage of the plane coming in to land in Auckland, which was nice. I loved it, but haven't really filmed anything because had to rush off the plane to make the connecting flight, which included the toilet break in between, and so had to do that. It was a crowded waiting area getting on the flight, so it wasn't really amenable to videoing or filming anything. And then on this flight, I was sitting in premium economy, yay, but it was in the middle of the section of the aircraft, so I didn't have sort of space to myself, and a middle row, and I was seated next to a couple with a 4-month-old baby. So whipping out the camera and having people think I'm filming their baby on an airplane is probably not a good idea. I mean, the flight was good. I actually managed to get maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep in premium economy. Yes, you do recline a little bit further, so it does, and the seat's a bit wider, does make a bit of a difference. But that was fine. And then, of course, get to Houston more or less on time, land, saw a guy get arrested off the plane, as he was coming off the plane pretty much, by border security there, or whatever the US equivalent is. That was interesting. Guy was in cuffs and everything, so obviously they were waiting for him. Got through immigration, no drama. Picked my bag up, no drama. It's a bit of a hike to go and find the bus that takes you to the rental car place. So that was a bit of a hike through the airport. Then you had to wait, and that's when you realise, it's actually really hot and sticky here and humid. It was about 30 Celsius, and probably high humidity, way higher than it gets in Adelaide, that's for sure. So it was a little bit uncomfortable. And then we get to the rental place, had to wait 40, 50, 45 minutes in a queue to pick up the cars from Thrifty. I mean, the car's good and great, but it took ridiculously too long to go and pick it up. And then had to deal with this lady who jumped the queue right in front of me, like about 5 minutes before I got served, and saying, "No, I was here all along. You know, you just didn't see me." "No, lady, I was here for the last 40 minutes. I didn't see you." And myself and the Aussie standing behind me, we don't like people jumping in our queues, and we caught her out on it. Anyway, we just wanted her to know that she was seen. And then I got the car. So the car was great. Then I had to find my way to my room, my accommodation, where I'm staying, where I'm here right now. And that was fun. And I was getting late in the afternoon, early evening, and I was very, very tired. And I'm trying to use GPS to find my way here. And I had made 2 wrong turns because GPS told me, Waze in particular, thank you, told me too late. "Oh yeah, take this turn off here. Take the left turn here," but I'm on the right turn. Listen, honey, I'm tired already. I need you to get things right. I need to get to my room. Anyway, finally get to the room, which is actually quite nice. The place is quite nice, dodgy neighbourhood, but you know I'm comfortable and safe here, so that's good. And then I go to check in, and my cards wouldn't work. They were both declined. And I thought, what's going on? Slipped it in the machine, put the PIN number in. And anyway, the manager comes out and says, "Oh, no, I see you. Where are you from? No, you just need to tap your card," because we in Australia tap all our cards for everything. And the receptionist was trying to slide the car in to read the chip. And yeah, so I've had a bit of a sleep and everything, you know, I've done a little bit of shopping, and then I bought some stuff at Walmart, and I've left it behind accidentally, some of one bag of stuff. So anyway, hasn't been the greatest start, but I must have been pretty tired. So another night's sleep, and I kind of anticipated this. So let's have another night's sleep, and then I'll get on with seeing Houston, because there's stuff to do here. Anyway. Thanks for hanging around. See you soon.